Yo, AFN Nation, what it do, what it do? Red Clay Sports Morning Show, me and my boy Richie Rich.
Uh-huh.
Another Saturday morning, we just getting our feet wet for the season coming up shortly. So we wanted to start it off with a little good morning show, see how we clocking in. We might have Mr. Magnus pull up, we might have some special guests, so we'll let you know if they pop in. Don't be surprised, though. We got legends over here in the AFN Nation. But Rich, man, how you been, bro? I ain't been able to talk to you for a minute. So how you been, my brother?
Yeah, I've been good, bro. I've been waiting to come back on here, talk to the fans, get right. Back like we never left.
Hey. Facts. Let me shout out some people real fast. What's good, the nation? Let's go, Atlanta Nation, yo. Andrew G, what up, Falcon Nation? We ready. Hey, we was a little bit late, you know what I'm saying, but we in here now. Make sure y'all lock into us. Like the video. Leave comments. Let us know what you think in the chat. Let's go ahead and get started, man. It's been a lot of stuff going on, but we're gonna start with this one first. One breakout player on offense and defense for the season. You want to start? You want me to go? All right.
You got it.
All right. So my first one on offense, I gotta go with Mike Davis, man. This picture had me tripping on Twitter. Buddy don't miss no leg days. Good luck trying to tackle this man. He is a grown brink truck. He will be running some people over this year, man. And just knowing that he has smooth hands coming out of the backfield, you even see in the training camp drill, Matt Ryan just laid it up to him, and he had the hands like he ain't even dropping nothing. Like it like he catching biscuits in his hands. He got the soft hands, biscuits on the run. I like him, man. He's gonna be good in this scheme. As you see, we didn't draft a running back, so it's gonna be him and Allison. Those are two big backs and ready to run people over, ready to get extra yards. We already know Mike Davis was good at forcing missed tackles, the second behind AK last year for breakout missed tackles from catching the ball out of the backfield. So I'm expecting big things from him. Go ahead. Who you got for offense, bro?
I'm gonna go with Red. I'm gonna go with Red, man. Sly Red. Just the simple fact that he had a good season last season, and at that he reached 1,000, I believe, for his first time for his career, and I know that's a goal that he really wanted to do. So, being that you're going into year 2, year 3, we talk about that jump, right? Every team want to see their player take that next step into their game. So I believe we're gonna see a different type of Calvin Ridley upcoming for this season, and I'm excited to see that. So definitely breakout player this year.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. One thing I saw from the rookie training camp and then OTAs, the organized workouts they're doing previous week, really was out there coaching. He was coaching young Darby up. You know what I'm saying? Like how Julio did him. I like to see that. That means he's becoming into his own. And he's showing that he can be versatile as far as a leader on his team. Julio really puts people in position, man, to be better players. People sleep on that. That's a good trait I liked about Calvin Ridley.
I think that's what they do in the Falcons organization within the receiving core. Once Julio even got there, they always had the older guys to keep that legacy, to keep that going within that position group. Like the Falcons will always have talent and in receivers or tight end, like you see with Kyle Pitts. So we're gonna keep this trend going.
Shit, while we on that topic, let's go ahead and go into it. Julio had Roddy and Tony G. Roddy had Brian Finneran. You know what I'm saying? So we had players that be able to step into that position and that coaching role, man, in those later years of their career. Yeah. But let's get into defense. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go ahead and pick me a rookie because I'm anxious. I'm anxious to see how the young boy is gonna play. He's gonna get a lot of PT for us, guys. I'm telling you, those third down packages with Dean Pease, he's lethal, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna be guarding tight ends, running backs, maybe even slot receivers, and he just loves to get his hands on the football, man. And he has hand and eye coordination. They go together. They work as a unison. Just watch. I showed you how he's in his back pedal watching the tight end as he's making his move. So he's reading the field, he's reading the tight end, and he's looking at the QB all in one, and that's good for a young rookie to have. Who you got?
Man, just before I say mine, I gotta touch on Richie Grant, bro. So, like, shout out to Richie Grant, man. All the other UCF guys that got drafted. I don't know if anybody had caught the live, but they was live on Instagram, and Richie Grant was working out while he was live on Instagram, while he was talking with some of his UCF boys that also got drafted, and he was just talking about how he is going to be playing and how he talking about how he going to come down, smoke some dudes, smoke some receivers. So it was great to even see that, you know, and I appreciated that them boys even doing that. I'm going to shout them boys out. They actually shouted me out too a little bit in the comments. You know, I was showing them some love, but yeah, I'm excited for Richie Grant. So for me, breakout player, man,
on the defensive side of the ball. Now, let me see who you got.
It's tough, but I'm gonna say AJ. I'm gonna say AJ.
That's who we rocking with.
Yeah, AJ Tyrell. Even though, see, you already know who I was gonna do that. So
yeah, I did.
with AJ though, it's like he already had a breakout year already as a rookie. Even though that sounds weird, that's hard to say last season. And come on, that boy a dog. Like he was one of the top rookies. He was one of the top rookies last year, and I expect him to take another level this year and actually prove people wrong. You know, he get a lot of targets. I believe this year he's going to get a lot of targets. People are going to test him, and you're going to see the end result with that.
Man, I think with these pressure series, as far as with Dean Pease, how we're switching to a 3-4 and mixed looks, AJ Terry is going to really be able to expand his coverage skills as far as reading the QB and knowing what routes is going to try to set him up for as far as on first, second, and third down. AJ Terry already has good strengths as far as with his speed and makeup ability, and that's always been good for a corner. But just him getting his instincts together in that second year, that's going to be good for him, especially knowing I don't feel like QBs will have 7 or 8 goddamn seconds to throw in the pocket either. That has to help our secondary. If he's able to shorten it down to 3 seconds for QBs after release the football,
yeah,
say goodbye. Say goodbye to that.
Yeah, and I do think with this scheme, we're gonna be able to see guys all over the field. I don't think this year we're gonna see guys stationary in one part of the field. If one guy's gonna be in the boundary, one guy's gonna be in the field. I think with our DBs, I think we're gonna be switching them around, you know. And with that scheme, AJ's going to be able to jump picks more easily. He's going to be able to play the ball more easily. And when you think about the guys who we drafted and who we added in free agency, when you put on the tape, mind you, film don't lie now.
Hey,
you see them playing the ball. The way how they play the ball is amazing. We got some real ball hawks, physical guys that's going to compete every down.
And they playing for spots, man. We gotta keep it G. That secondary is open as far as who's gonna be starting besides that corner one and maybe one of the safeties. But Richie Grant is gonna get a chance to play. We got that San Diego State corner. He's gonna get a chance to play. Like it's gonna be open season, and I hope these players got they seatbelts ready for competition. But since we brought up competition, let's get into the next one. Which competition by position battle is the most important in your opinion?
Yeah,
what you got?
All right, what I got for that, I'm gonna go with 2. It's hard to pick one, but I'm gonna just go with 2. So the main primary position, I will go with the whole secondary. Like honestly, primarily the safeties. I know we were just talking about it a little bit, but if we know we can defend the pass and at least be in the top 10 this year with the pass, we're gonna be all right this year. Reason being, our linebackers who we have, Fourier, Debo, you know, them boys could them sideline dudes, they could feel the run.
Malik Walker, don't forget him.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna be able to stop the run, but at the end of the day, if we could change and have a big turnaround in that passing game and that secondary, make guys punt, get a few more interceptions, at least house like 3, 4, 6, you know what I'm saying? I need to see defensive touchdowns. The last defensive touchdown, what was it?
Deion Jones.
Yeah.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, that was the only one. I think that was probably our only one last year. But yeah, that's that. And then the next position, I would say is that left guard spot. Man, I can't remember since Andy Levitri, bro. That's all I can remember. That's all I got to say for that on that point.
Well, yeah, you kind of picked mine. I was gonna say left guard. I think the center position too, though.
It still works.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, that Stanford position, man, him coming from center. I mean, he's the center coming from Stanford. He reminds me of Alex Mack to the death, man. Just how he calls out his reads. He's always looking to see what way to pick up blocks. He's gonna be able to help the left guard position extremely, bro. And I don't even think the right guard position is gonna need help like that because Chris Lindstrom and Caleb McGrary are gonna be able to hold their own. I'm just looking at that left guard and center position. That has to be something out of it. But like KSTYLZ says, I like the outside linebacker competition too because we know Fourier is going to get a chance to line up there. Malik Walker's going to get a chance to line up there. I saw somebody say about Dante Fowler being better standing up or handing the dirt. I would prefer him standing up if we're being honest. He excelled versus the Rams in standing up in a lot of calls as well. So even when they played us that year, like he had 3 sacks and most of those blitzes came from him standing up on the outside.
He's great with his hands. That's one thing. Him coming off the line, mainly like if anybody could remember those plays Dante Fowler had on them 4th downs or those 4th fumbles, he was standing up, coming straight down the line and making those plays on those 4th downs. So, you know, we're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see what he do.
Oh yeah, my homie Buck said, "What's good? Be y'all secondary suspect." Yeah, hey, that's why we say it's gonna be competition, bro. We're gonna see if them young killers in the rookie class gonna be able to start over some of the players we got that's been in the year 2, year 3, year 4. We're gonna see who comes with the best competition. I ain't gonna lie to you, them rookies in the secondary be hungry, man. They don't mind tackling. They don't mind stuffing their nose in for the run. So that's key for me. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I need to see this Joker, Mr. Marlon. I need to see you step up. I need to see what you gonna do with the flashy earrings. I need to see what it's gonna be, my brother. I can see him being a wreck, causing havoc on 1st and 2nd down. If he steps into his own and he's able to be healthy and fit as far as for 16 games.
Yeah, absolutely. Mind you, I think somebody said in the comments too about with AJ, but for all the rookies, there was no preseason games. So we really just threw them in the fire because at the end of the day, the NFL is a different level. It's a different speed from college. So once you get those practices, it's not easy to adjust. It takes time for certain rookies. Not every guy is gonna get it right away. And Marlon ended up being that he was playing D tackle, so he in the trenches. He was in the trenches. So he got banged up a little bit. So then we'll see how that works this year. I'm excited for him as well.
Yeah, and we got to think, man, based on that, like you said, with no OTAs, no mini camp last year, it was kind of tough for them to step into the roles because by the time they was really coming to practice, they was with the veterans. Yep. So, like, they didn't get a chance to mix it up, rookies on rookies, and, get a chance to go over schemes as far as in mini camps and then rookie OTAs. So, I'm expecting big things from him. Let's get into the spice. I've been ready to get into this spice, man. Oh, my God. I know my homies been clowning me. They've been sending me pictures every day. Julio this, Julio that. We have not seen Julio Jones state he wants to be traded. We have not seen Julio Jones state Matt Ryan's arm is getting weak. I'm tired of hearing the nonsense, guys. Julio is on a yacht chilling, campaigning. He doesn't come to OTAs anyway. I don't remember the last time he's came to OTAs. He hasn't came to OTAs since he was looking for his contract. So, I mean, like, he doesn't do that. He comes, mini camp, training camp, and he's still the same Julio Jones. He's still going to coach the players. He's still going to be out there practicing, going 100%. Like, we don't need Julio Jones to be there like that during this time. Send him a playbook, and he will be ready. But we got to chill on these narratives, guys, and y'all are feeding into it. It's not, of course, the GM is going to listen to calls to see what he can get. But that's just Hollywood talk. They're just talking. They're not going to trade the best player. I'm sorry. Once they decided to keep Matt Ryan and not draft a QB, why would I give you my best asset? Even if Julio plays 12 games, I'm good with that. As long as he's in the fold to be a Hall of Famer and retire with the Atlanta Falcons, I am good with that.
Yes, absolutely. And I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And I want the fans to know this is why it's very important to like and share the content, because what we're saying, we could end all this media stuff what they be putting out there. We could just put an end to all of it. All right. Julio Jones goes through this almost every year. At the end of the day, we know we want to win now, right? If we win now, how can we win now if Julio's not in the picture? Like, that's how I see it. At least lining up on the field, because we know what Julio does when he's on the field without even having to run a route. All he has to do is just line up there. It just makes a difference, you know? So I understand there's a contract situation, and, you know, with the numbers, we don't have the money to sign our rookies or whatever. It's Terry Fontenot's job to figure that out. Let them figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Like really. And sometimes it pisses me off, and which is why I can't wait for Julio Jones when he have his interview. He gonna put an end to all this madness. So yeah.
Listen, June 1st is approaching. I tweeted yesterday that I can't wait for June 1st to be here so they can goddamn shut that bubblegum talk up.
I like
about
that.
These Julio Jones trade rumors. The minute June 2nd
annual Julio trade rumors
every year,
bro.
Every year. Hold on, we gotta see what the scientist is thinking right now. It's like he's plotting on something. Please tell me what you got in your plate right now, sir.
Talk to him.
Hey, I want to say something to your homeboy Buck. Bring your ass on the show right now. You got all that shit to talk. Bring your ass on this show. All right, bring it. Somebody give him the link so he can come and get this work.
Here you go.
Like, bro, what are you saying? Did you not see Calvin Ridley last year? Scared to jump, scared to go over the middle, running backwards, and you trying to tell me he's our number one? What the hell has he proven? 145 attempts. The dude caught 90 of them. Let me repeat that for the slow people in here. 145 targets to Calvin, Mr. Ridley. He caught 90 of them. How many is that? Somebody tell me how many balls that went over or it was incomplete. For all the mathematicians out there, I want to know.
50.
You telling me out of 145, he missed 50 of them, and you talking about he's our number one receiver? Yes, he's a great route runner. Yes, he is one of the best young receivers in the game. And yes, he does deserve a $100 million contract. But you're trying to put all of the offense on Calvin Ridley? Are you kidding me? What are we talking about? Calvin hasn't proven anything. He hasn't proven anything, but he's a number two. He's an electrifying number 2 who goes deep, and he's afraid of contact. Let's be real. Do I love Calvin Ridley? Absolutely. Do I think he can be a top receiver? Absolutely. But he ain't proven a damn thing. Nothing. You got to prove it, partner. You got to make it to Pro Bowls, partner. You got to make all-time teams, partner. You got to get the respect of the GOAT himself. Who am I talking about?
Jerry
Rice. Okay, Jerry Rice called this man the most electrifying receiver that he's ever seen in the game, and y'all trying to run him off for goddamn Calvin Ridley. You make that, and you trying to run him off to Cam Newton. Cam Newton. Hold on, let me repeat that. Mr. Broke Shoulder, Superman, dressed like he coming from a damn Versace model. You trying to run him up there to that? A guy that who we don't even know what his voice sounds like half the time. If Julio didn't talk, if he wasn't forced to talk, we wouldn't even know what Julio even sound like. And you trying to tell me all of a sudden that he wants to go play with Cam Newton? Bro, y'all would have been better off saying that he wanted to play with Matthew Stafford. I would have believed that over this. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm getting the twitch. I'm getting the twitch.
You good, Mike. To even add on to that, I also seen certain things. Some people try to compare Kyle Pitts to Julio. If like Julio is supposed to be gone, Kyle Pitts is gonna be in that same position and take over. But at the end of the day, those are two different human beings. Those are two different people. Just because he has the same build, he's tall and big, doesn't mean he could run fast and break out of his routes the same way Julio can. He could, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not the case.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. Buck is saying that because he's a Ravens fan, so he's speculating that they might be able to
look like. Oh God!
He's speculating that they might be able to get Julio. That's why he wants to hype the trade talk up so much.
Oh God!
He ain't slick. Ain't slick. He been doing it. I know what he got going on.
We're not going to entertain that. They just want to see the reaction.
You don't count. Stay on the couch, bro. Don't even sit in the league. Don't even sit.
Ain't nobody say Pitts will take over for him. Pitts is a tight end. We know he's a tight end. Julio Jones is a different specimen when it comes to elite. Calvin Ridley is going to be good in 2 or 3 more years when Julio is done. Mm-hmm. But Julio is still going to be the number 1 receiver. Whenever he dresses up and he plays a full game, he's the number 1 receiver. Calvin Ridley is going to still get a lot more single coverages than Julio Jones. I saw towards the end of the year they started to double team Calvin Ridley a little bit more, and his stats weren't the same as when he was getting single coverage. If we're being honest, Julio Jones knows how to beat double coverage, triple coverage, linebackers escaping behind him, all type of stuff. Calvin Ridley isn't there yet as far as for his route running, but I mean I can see him getting there. He can gain maybe 5 or 6 more pounds and trust his speed, and he will be that. We're not saying Calvin Ridley isn't next up. We're saying for right now, it's still Julio Jones. We got to be realistic, man. Julio is 6'3". He's literally jogging on people and still breaking people off on routes. It's been plenty of times he's done that.
Jogging. That's a fact.
That dude does pump fakes with his hand and gets open easily. So many times. And Calvin Ridley hasn't set up people like that just yet. Like we said, it took Julio, 2 years to really get expanded as far as his route tree? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. No one's shitting on Calvin now. We're not saying that, but we all watch the film. We know Calvin, he runs away from contact. That's not a lie. Mm-hmm. It's not a lie. It's true.
Yeah, part of the reason why he does that, which is why certain offensive guys I don't like, because they try to do the most and they want to score and they want that big play every time. So, when you are running away from contact, trying your best to just make your way around guys, that's how it can lead to bad things happening. which is why you just need to get the first down, get out of bounds, or if you're able to get the yak, get it. But if you're not, just lay your ass down. Fuck. Or dip your shoulders. Like, you know what I mean? That's all.
That nigga said, I know what winning looks like, man. Y'all stupid. You don't know what winning looks like versus the playoff teams.
Like what you saying, you sound crazy. Your team, you know what your team winning look like. You don't know how to build a team because the stuff that you saying is.
But believe it or not, y'all know we have haters ourselves, right? Besides, we have the Matt Ryan haters, but we have haters that just hate on the Falcons. Period. Like.
Oh, you get it?
Like, thank you. Tell them, because it's like for real with the talent that we have. Everybody in the league sees the talent we added to our roster,
and they want it. They want the
exactly. They mad they can't have it. It's okay. Just be a fucking fan then. That's the point.
Hey, they don't know how to do that, bro. They be speculating on who's gonna be gone, who's gonna be free agents, who's gonna be able to trade for. And when the ESPN and Fox Sports start bringing out narratives and saying, "Hey, this team can get this team can get that," it speculates. It makes them think they really can get these players, and they can't. Of course, if I'm a GM, I'm listening to every call. If it's worth my time, it's worth my time. If it ain't, hang up. People are forgetting. See, it's going in between the rumors. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know if y'all heard this about the Patriots, about them saying that they offered the form on draft night, and Terry answered the phone and respectfully declined. So if Julio was gonna be gone, he would have been gone. They would have picked something for this year. I'm like, why trade him and you're still trying to win and then you don't get shit until next year?
I always say this is that, especially in this game, when players, when you see players drafted, the Falcons didn't draft a wide receiver. I just want you guys, if you guys need to go to NFL Combine and look at profiles, and I want you to understand this. He is 6'6", 245, and he's a wide receiver. He has a wide receiver build, but he plays what Shannon Sharp used to play. These guys, Shannon Sharp knows him better than anything because he was Shannon Sharp. If you guys know Sterling Sharp was labeled a wide receiver, but those guys were exact same. Sterling Sharp was one of the biggest, we're talking about biggest physical receivers in his day, but he was labeled a receiver. This guy is a tight end. They lined him out. They did the same thing with guys like Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez, he lined out. Did anybody call him a wide receiver? No, he was a tight end. All right. Kyle Pitts, when you look at his tape, he doesn't have quick hips. He can't play outside. He doesn't have quick hips. You got to have quick hips to play outside. He is a big receiver who lines out and he wins jump balls and contested balls. That's why he lines out. He isn't a receiver. He's a tight end. That's why Florida played him at tight end. They lined him out so he could take advantage of the smaller corner. So there's a major difference. Just because you line out as a receiver, we see running backs line out all the time as receiver. Do we say Devontae Freeman is a wide receiver now because he's lining up as a wide receiver? No, it's his skill set. So I want you guys to stop with, we drafted another receiver. We drafted a tight end. He's a tight end.
It's about mismatches, man. If I'm sending him outside and they put a linebacker on him, it's toast. If they put a small corner, it's a fade route. It's about mismatches in this league, man, and that's what we take care of. Now, DC, I'm not saying we believe the Pats. What I'm saying is it was an offer. I'm just trying to explain to y'all that if it was meant to be, it would have happened. It was a way for them to take a trade now and then save for June 1st. But we're not saving. It's fucking us up down the line. It's the same process. He said he's trying to get out of dead cap problems, not continue to stay in it. So, like, come on, bro. We gotta be realistic, man. And I know y'all not looking at them numbers because people that's outside of the Falcons organization and fan base, I'm sure they look at the numbers, but the people that's not Falcons fans, y'all don't know exactly what the numbers are. Y'all just speculating and saying they can't do this. That's their job to do that. Terry knows what he's doing. He done picked up 7-8 people without no cap. Come on, man. Like, we got to give people a chance. We don't know what's going on.
Yep.
The media don't even know like that. They're saying they're speculating too.
They just want to talk about it. They're just making shit up.
Exactly. But my next one, I ain't gonna lie to you. This the next one for us. What's next for the Falcons before training camp? How do y'all feel about that? Like, do you feel like it might be any other, roster moves or cuts or changing of contracts, anything like that?
I see that 100%. Arthur Smith, he consistently talks about that, and it's probably going to be like this throughout the season, that the roster is going to change. Guys is going to get cut. Guys going to get hurt. And once guys going to get released, from other teams. So being that if I'm a GM, if I had my eye on this particular player and I wanted him in, or at least to see or put him on the practice squad or whatever. So expect to see that, honestly, throughout the year. I definitely do see that.
Well, I always say this is not Dan Quinn. This is not Thomas Dimitrov who want to kiss ass and give their best buddies all of the chances. We are not going to see that. We're going to see guys, if your ass is not playing well, then your ass is not going to be on the team. You're going to have to work for every bit. That's what I love most about what I'm seeing right now. No, it hasn't started. No, he hasn't proved this to be right at this current moment, but I always tell people, you can get all happy about what a roster looks right now, but until these guys actually get on the field, we're not going to know what this team is going to be. So all this noise about Calvin Ridley is going to be a top receiver, maybe. Julio Jones is Julio Jones. They've been through almost 3-4 different offenses. Calvin really hasn't. He's only been in one offense. That's it. He's only been in one offense for the most part, and 2 offenses. I don't really like the count. Steve. Scott was okay. I think he was his first year. He's been in 2 years with Sark, so he's been in 2 offenses. So, but a lot of similarities. So, I don't necessarily think. A lot of players, of course, we see, Hayden Hurst. We don't know what Hayden Hurst is going to be. We don't know what a lot of these guys will be. These guys are coming from different offenses. So there's going to be that transition period for a guy like Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is going to win on mostly just being big. Until he understands how to get open, he's just going to win on being big. And all Matt Ryan has to do with a 6'6" guy with almost 7 foot wingspan is throw that son of a gun up like Minnesota did with Randy Moss. Just throw it up. You can't jump with him. You can't out jump that dude, and he's going to cause so many flags. The Falcons are going to be a dangerous team just because of his size being 6'6", almost a 7 foot wingspan, and you can't get up. It's not many guys in the league that is tall as Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman, 6'2", 6'3"? You don't have corners in the league that's tall and it's fluid to keep up with a guy like. So it's going to be so many mismatches. So I got off just a little bit, but I truly believe on the defensive side of the ball that we're going to see one of the most scary defenses in the league because you don't know what Dean Pease is going to do. People still trying to figure out if the Falcons are going to be a 3-4 or 4-3. And this guy is, when you talk about a Rex Ryan disciple, a Buddy Ryan disciple, and the things that they love to do, you can tell that he's been studying these guys for a long time because all he does is play a lot of zone and he blitzes from all different types of places. And he has the resume. He's been playing with the guy in Bill Belichick. He ran that take this in perspective. He ran Bill Belichick's defense. He ran Bill. Let me repeat it. I'm gonna say a little louder. He ran Bill Belichick's defense, who is a defensive guru. Take that in consideration.
Definitely. That's our biggest signing, man. Dean Pease is our biggest signing, bro. And I know previously on the show before we stressed how we needed like a blitz heavy defense. Like we were talking about having Rex Ryan as our defensive coordinator, head coach. But bringing Dean Pease in is a asset. I cannot stress that enough. During most games last year, when we put all of our pins and needles on our linebackers, they made plays. And that's still the best part of our defense is the linebacking core. So putting them in position to blitz the QB, to stop the run early, this is all it's going to do is get them hype. And you know when Deion Jones and Foyer gets hype, it's on another level.
Question for both of you. What was the pet peeve with the defensive line? What the defense last year? Major pet peeve.
Dropping them back into coverage.
Oh, that's
dropping back into coverage and waiting. We would start the game out blitzing, and they would drop off in coverage.
For me, I would say no consistent pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It was no consistent pressure at all. It was like once on third down, like once every play on third down, once the quarterback, whoever said hike, all you see is just all the linemen just jumping, trying to jump over the lineman or just standing up. None of them ever crossed the line of scrimmage. Besides maybe Grady. I ain't gonna throw Grady under the bus like that. You feel me? Grady part of, But besides that, I can't speak on that.
Your boy T-Bug, somehow he just doesn't understand what scheme is. Okay, they hired Dean Pease because he ran similar schemes to who? Rex Ryan. All right, so against guy, if you're gonna know your team, if you're gonna talk, at least know your own team and know your history. There's a lot of people out here that just don't know what they're talking about, and all they see is the Ravens.
No, I think he's saying because he knows that Dean Pease was his coordinator too.
I know what he's saying, but he's still wrong. Oh, he's still wrong. He's still wrong. The scheme is exactly the same. His scheme, go look. We've studied plenty of film. His scheme is almost identical to what Rex Ryan, Buddy Ryan did. All they do is change multiple fronts. That's why it was a 4-6. A 4-6 can turn into a 3-4. You can turn to an over, a 4-3 under over. It can be a 3-4, just depending on the alignment.
4-6.
So that's where that comes from.
Bear.
That's where that comes from. So all your football is, if you understand that, that's why he said yes to the question whether or not the Falcons are going to pay a 4-3-3-4, because it comes from that alignment, that 4-6 alignment that can turn into anything.
I like that scheme, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think with Kaminsky going into that scheme and being able to actually be on the field a lot more, I hope they take advantage of him and Marlon to the best of their abilities. We've all known that Marlon played this scheme a little bit at Auburn. Mm-hmm. So they're putting him back into the field where he's able to bat passes down and get to the QB. That's what I need to see from him. And he's good at stopping the run on the outside too. Especially if we're going to have a fast linebacker. He's still going to be able to cover up that speedy linebacker coming on the edge. Mm-hmm. But I'm anxious to wonder, like, what do y'all see? Do y'all see Fourier in the middle or lining up outside as well? Like, I feel like Dean is going to have them switching. Deion, Fourier, Malik Walker. They're going to be outside, inside. Like, they're going to change in between series.
Right. I could see that just to get guys in there. I believe Walker would be the main guy that may possibly sub guys in and out if they need a breather, need to get a drink or something, that's not every series that happens. But far as in the middle though, Foyer needs to be in the middle, being that he's big enough and strong enough to shut off blocks and at the same time to make plays, make things happen. As a defensive player, what did you see from Foyer when we played the Cowboys against his high school teammate? What he did with him?
Punching the ball out.
He had football. He also made the 3. I'm sorry, excuse me. And that's insane. That's insane for a game.
And then, he didn't play the second half either, Rich.
Yeah, he didn't. He was hurt a little bit. He was banged up a little bit. And, but I would. Part of the reason why I went with Foyer though, because we're talking about Foyer, he can play outside sometimes because he was a former safety. He played safety a little bit, so he can cover, and he's very smart, and his IQ and intelligence is very up there. It's up there. So sometimes he'll cover those tight ends, but I wouldn't mind. Well, Debo, he got to cover them running backs. I ain't gonna lie, he be shutting that shit down.
The AK stopper.
Yeah,
right. The C-Max stopper. The C-Max stopper.
Up on the defense was Isaiah Oliver. I had seen a picture. I don't know if any guys seen it. It says that he was listed as a safety.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
You did. You did say that. A lot of people, and that's what we wanted. It's not like we didn't want that. With his length and with his ball skills, Isaiah Oliver's gonna be at the free safety, and it makes sense now. I'm starting to understand why we drafted the way how we drafted. Getting that corner from San Diego and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting this year.
They're gonna be switching in that secondary, bro. Yeah. Some people are gonna be a free safety. Some people are gonna be a safety. They're gonna drop the corner slot. Like it's gonna be a lot of missing not missing, but moving pieces throughout Dean P's system. And I'm anxious to see in year 2, like because we all know Flower kind of BS us this past year, got that bread. He took a pay cut, and he knows next year he could be released. So he's going to be playing to get a new contract. So I'm expecting big things from Dante as well. And we already know he has some pass rush skills, but he has strong hands. So if he uses that and he gets started early, don't let the Falcons start off 2-0. I'm telling y'all.
It's gonna riot. They're gonna riot. They're gonna be a riot in the streets, bro.
That momentum thing is key in football, bro.
Oh yeah.
That first game, you start off good. You playing at home. You get you a win in front of your fans. The fans are back.
You got to get that momentum at the right time.
And then, hey, everybody knows, man. When you got a Hall of Fame QB and you can make plays in the beginning of the season, it brings momentum to those rookies coming out there. We saw what it did in 2016 as far as the end of the season, how Keanu Neal, Deion, and Grady and Vic Beasley came along as the wins piled up because they felt more comfortable. They felt like they knew what the hell they was doing.
Hey, man, before I go, you guys, I will be on Atlanta Sports Unlimited with Tom and Dave. I'll be filling in for Dave. So you guys come check us out 12 o'clock on Atlanta Sports Unlimited. All right, the home of Terrence Mathis and a host of other people. Terrence Moore, all those guys. So I'll be hosting that in a few minutes. But like I said before, man, when it all comes down to it, with these Julio Jones, it all comes down to this. I'm not stupid enough or naive enough to believe that Julio and Matt Ryan are going to, play forever. This could very well be his last year as Atlanta Falcons. I don't know. It all depends on the development of one Calvin Ridley, 1A Calvin Ridley, 1B Calvin Ridley, 1C Calvin Ridley, and then 2 Kyle Pitts. Because Calvin Ridley has not shown us anything that say he's a number one. 1,300 yards has a lot to do with Matt Ryan. Okay, again, he should have had way more than 1,300. There's no excuse for him to have less than 1,300 with 145 targets. He should have had way more touchdowns. He did not do it without Julio Jones. Let's be real. A lot of that came because he was targeted often. And this is something that Terrence Mathis said over and over again. I would have had 1,500 yards in a season too if I had 150 targets. Let's be real. When we talk about all these mathematicians and statisticians and all these people, oh, he got 100. He had 14 touchdowns. He had 145 catches. Yeah, he had 200 targets. Of course, he would have that. I want to see productive. I want to see productive catches. I want to see contested catches. I want to see productive. That's it. So with that being said, you guys check us out. Atlanta Sports Unlimited, man. You guys continue to do your great thing. Twisted T, my boy Richie Rich, man. But man, Mike is out of here. Peace.
Holla at you, Mike. I saw a question. My homie DC asked, "Who do we think is gonna have the best secondary in the South?"
Oh yeah. I did see that. So let's talk about it then. So we got. Let's start off with the Panthers.
They got a good young safety, and they just got the corner from South Carolina.
They got Horn. They got Dante.
Dante's not reliable every time, but he does have good speed.
Yes.
He does have good speed.
Is very different. Like I seen two plays. I think it was when we played them. I think he got beat on a route or something, and I just seen him just catch up and close the distance so fast. I ain't gonna lie, I was impressed. But at the same time, when you think about that secondary, they got a lot of young guys.
I like Chin. Chin is pretty good.
But I still don't think it's enough. I'll be honest with you. If you seen Kyle Pitts tape, he already dealt with Horn. Honestly, Kyle Pitts dealt with every top defender that was in the draft already. So
Satan, yeah.
And I'm happy that Horn is there too, because in Horn's interview, he said that one player that he want to line up against is Julio Jones. Now you get to see his ass twice a week. So that's gonna be all right. And then we got Saints.
Saints secondary is vulnerable to me. I just think they got a good front seven to cover up for that. Malcolm Jenkins can be taken advantage of. Marcus Lattimore can be taken advantage of, definitely. Yeah. We've seen the mismatches. He don't even know how to.
I hope Eli not on that.
He don't even know how to not steal and go to jail. So I don't know how he's gonna be able to guard the speed on the field. Right. So I'm gonna put secondary. Man, see, that's different, bro. See, I'll put Saints last. I'll put Panthers third. I'll put us second, and I'll put Tampa first. If we being honest, and this is just me expecting good things from basing off what we got from the rookies, and then seeing how it would mess with the rookies and veterans.
Right. I feel the same way too. I agree with you. Tampa, Winfield, he was one guy I was high on. I wish we would have closed in on him, honestly, but it is what it is. We're gonna keep the competition going.
DC, that dude had four. They only threw to him 4 times, bro. And Horn was not on pitch the whole game. Don't cap like that now. He guarded him, but don't cap like he was on the whole game. Mm-hmm. DC be capping, man. Stop doing that, bro. I ain't gonna let you do that because of your team. We just gave you third, bro. And secondly, who was throwing Pitts the ball? It's a big difference. He gonna get his work cut out for him this year. If he line up his Pitts this year, he gonna get his work cut out for whoever he line up against. We attacking. Mm-hmm. If he want to go to Calvin, he getting attacked. Julio, he getting attacked regardless. So you already know that. But Tampa, Carlton Davis, he's a weak spot to me. Their corners are weak, but their safeties are good. I ain't gonna lie to you. They got good safeties, and their safeties are able to cover up for the shitty corners they have. Anytime you give up a 200 or 300 yard gain to a receiver in the first half, it's a dub for you. And Calvin went crazy on them too.
Yeah,
without Julio Jones in week 15. So I know they can be taken. Everybody in this division can be taken advantage of, bro. If we being honest, at certain points, it just depends on how that front seven looks to start that game and how they end it. Like if the front seven is tired and not getting to it, then we got good receivers in the whole division.
Yeah. Nah. Honestly, this is exciting. Just being that, like, when you talk about the Panthers and you talk about the Saints, like, and even with us, and like everything is just all brand new in the sense of the Panthers got Sam Darnold. You know, we're gonna deal with him a little bit. Then we got the Saints without Drew Brees now. It's gonna be totally different. So most teams gonna have their weaknesses, and it's a matter of time to figure it out, your strengths and your weaknesses, and continue building on your strengths.
Yeah, I like that, bro. I like that. So yeah, y'all go ahead and get ready for Mad Mike's show on Atlanta United. Lock in. We appreciate everybody joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning. You know, I hope y'all enjoy y'all days, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button to Twisted Torch TV, AFN, Mad Mike, Just KSTYLZ. Hit J Rock up on Twitch. Hey, we trying to hit all platforms, man. So make sure y'all lock in, and we're gonna keep it going for you guys. We had to do a little warm up trial, you know what I'm saying? But year 2, season 2 of AFN Saturday morning show is gonna be lit. We're gonna have Magnus on for sure during the season. Don't worry. You're going to be able to get the glasses and the paperwork out. We bringing out all the facts and the paperwork just in case y'all don't got it. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. My homies Buck and DC for pulling up, you know, talking they trash, you know, for their team, Raven and Panthers. DC, we can also bet, since you will be in this chat. I'm taking all bets. We play y'all 2 years. You know we bet every year. So go ahead and have your little 40-piece ready, 50-piece ready for them 2 games for sure. And we can bet on targets and catches since you got so much faith in the horn. We can do that too. I'm calling all the spades. I'm pulling cards. But how you feeling, Rich? Go ahead and break it down for me.
I'm feeling good, man. Today was a great day. This was a great show. Awesome. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Expect to see us here every Saturday, building up, and wake that ass up. We don't want to miss out on any content. What we talking about, sharing, liking everything that we'll be doing. Love is love. You already know, representing from NYC, Brooklyn, Canarsie. We out here. Yeah, sit, man.
Appreciate y'all, man. Shouts out to the fans again. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We wish y'all the best weekend and joyful. We gotta go back to work on Monday. For everybody who gotta go to work this weekend, get through your shift, get back home, and do what you want to do. Enjoy your day, man. We out. Appreciate y'all joining us, Jumpman T.
Get there. Atlanta Sports Unlimited. Get there now.
ASAP. They already dropped the link in the comments, man. Get to it, bro. Appreciate y'all once again.
Peace.